Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
She says her life has been turned upside down.
God didn't take him away from me. You did. You took him away from me.
A heartbroken mother speaks directly to the man who killed her 3-year-old little boy.
Little Christian Miller was in a car with his godmother when Derek Durham opened fire on the Southfield Freeway in a fit of road rage.
And today, before the judge handed down her sentence in the case, his mother got a chance to explain just how much heartache he's caused. Priya Mann was there for an emotionally charged day in court.
Christian Miller's mom says her life will never be the same after her curious little boy who loved Sesame Street was killed in a senseless freeway shooting in January of 2019. She wanted the court to know exactly what she's lost, showing home videos of her baby boy.
And I just wanted to show how much he meant to me and my family.
3 years after a toddler was killed in a road rage shooting on a Metro Detroit freeway, Christian's mother addressed the gunman in court via Zoom.
You really hurted me. My life been upside down because of this. I have been seeing a therapist because of this. I don't know if I'm coming or going. People want to say, oh, things was meant for a reason. No, I don't believe that.
3-year-old Christian Miller was in his car seat in the back of his godmother's SUV when he was shot and killed.
He was so excited to go to Sesame Street. That's what's killing me because I was waiting to hear from him, to ask him how was it. And for him to know he was going to see Big Bird and Elmo and Cookie Monster. And it's like, instead of going there, he went to go see the Lord instead.
Michigan State Police say Derek Durham fired at the vehicle on Southfield Freeway after the victim's godmother allegedly cut him off.
This is an egregious case. No one driving on the freeway, whether you cut someone off or not, should have a shot fired at their car. And those videos show a beautiful boy, intelligent, active, vivacious, and he's no longer here.
God didn't take him away from me. You did. You took him away from me. So now I have to move on like ain't nothing happened? It's not fair.
This was the third time the case was tried. The first trial ended in a hung jury. The second with jury misconduct. Derek Durham was convicted of several charges, including second-degree murder, and sentenced to 70 to 100 years in prison. At Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, Priya, Durham, by the way, did not speak during the hearing. He was also sentenced to 30 to 60 years for firing a weapon from a vehicle.
Difficult. Well, the battle against illegal dumpers is heating up in the city of Detroit. Check out this mess that we got tipped off to on the east side. The leader of the block club said it popped up one day and it's just kept growing ever since. Sean Lay went to check it out for us and help get the city to step in and clean it up.
Members of the block club here on Hamburg asked me to help them get some speed humps here to help make their street more safe. Well, the speed humps are here, and now, as you can see, so is illegal dumping. They've called back, and here's how we're helping with all this. The weather is pleasant. Homeowner Errol Barrow's view is not.
I got it on both sides.
Let me show you. To his right, a foreclosure and this massive mess.
Yes, Green for Life will not pick that up. They will not pick up nothing like that whatsoever.
Now take a look to the left of his home. A lot the city is working to spruce up, but instead, other neighbors tell us that they agreed that this was a convenient spot for them to dump and thought it would be okay. It's not.
He cleaned out the garage, he cleaned out everything, and he dumped it all right there. I told him, I said, you're going to get a ticket, the city's going to fine you and have you pay. I don't care.
The bottom line is this is unacceptable.
The head of the city's environmental department met us out here moments ago.
They're going to get a ticket. That property is owned by the land bank. The city has paid to demolish that building. We're going to write the ticket to the person that put that debris there, as well as charge them for the cost of cleanup. Always cheaper to do it the proper way.
If you heard her there, always cheaper to do it the proper way. We're live now on the east side. And look, neighbors on this side tell me they watch this area very closely and say the owner here, he rents a dumpster for a small fee, calls the city for bulk pickup, again for a small fee. But what we just showed you guys, that is going to cost $500 for each cleanup, plus $1,000 tickets for everyone who was dumping there. And the city says, look, they take this very seriously because it impacts people, neighbors, just like Mr. Barrow that we showed you there here on the east side. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4. Back to you.
Cheaper just to do it the right way, Sean. And we're seeing more of it as we come out of the pandemic and also as the weather warms up, as you said. And remember, you can report anybody doing illegal dumping by calling the Improve Detroit app. Sean, we appreciate it so much.
Speaking of the weather improving, let's take a look. I love this shot. Look at this. This is from Drone 4 looking down at Detroit from the Detroit River.
Looks like a filter.
It's, I know. Yes, we've Instagrammed our shot today, and it's just gorgeous. A beautiful day. Temperatures inching closer to that lovely 80-degree mark.
Yeah.
Which feels like the sweet spot to a lot of us.
It really is nice. We want to go over to Andrew. This warming trend going to continue, too, as we head throughout the work week. Andrew.
Kimberly and Devin, absolutely breathtaking, right? Absolutely gorgeous out there with a beautiful shot from Drone 4. And yes, it does continue for the rest of the work week. 80 degrees right now for our friends in Pontiac, while it's 80 over at Metro Airport, 82 in Howell. Another beautiful picture of downtown Detroit from the vantage point of our Skycam. Watching some seagulls go by. Temperatures are mostly around 80 degrees, warm, summer-like, and we're looking at that continue through the rest of the evening. Wind out of the southeast at around 13 miles per hour. And we are rain-free across the entire region. Now, farther to our north, there is some shower and thunderstorm activity. I'll show you this at 4 o'clock. These showers out here in Wisconsin just now getting started. You can see a couple of thunderstorm cells to the north and west of Green Bay. These will be intensifying and traveling over Lake Michigan later on tonight and getting closer to southeast Michigan. But we stay rain-free for your evening plans with temps in the 70s and then 60s by midnight. Afterward, those showers get closer. We'll talk about what happens next in minutes.
All right, Andrew. With the Supreme Court perhaps set to strike down Roe versus Wade, some in the Senate are stepping into action with a new bill that would protect federally a woman's right to choose to have an abortion.
And if the bill passed, it would set federal standards for the right to an abortion. Rod Maloney spoke to the Michigan senator behind this bill. Rod, this does not have a big chance to pass when the vote happens tomorrow.
No, it sure doesn't look like that at this point, Kimberly. But yeah, it's all about the codification of Roe v. Wade and what they're attempting to do, at least Senate Democrats are looking to do. And we spoke to Gary Peters today about his part in all of this.
The Supreme Court isn't usually one to take away rights, but in this case, it may very well take away rights and impact reproductive freedom for women.
Senator Chuck Schumer led the discussion on the Senate floor today, but Peters took his own personal story there as well and believes the Supreme Court's apparent impending decision to overturn Roe v. Wade needs congressional response.
And if Roe versus Wade is overturned and the Michigan law is in a place which does not allow for an abortion under any circumstances, it would be absolutely catastrophic for families that go through situations like we did in the past, and it's simply unacceptable.
Except that is only half correct. While the 1931 Michigan law does outlaw abortion, it also contains an exception to preserve the mother's life. As for Peters' assertion the court's taking away rights, Michigan Right to Life Legislative Director Genevieve Marnin vehemently disagrees.
I think it's exactly the opposite, that by removing the restriction on states to protect the unborn child legally, that a right to life is actually being expanded.
She calls the Democratic Party's attempt to get a vote to codify Roe v. Wade through legislation political theater.
They don't have the votes. They know they don't have the votes, and yet they want to be able to use this national platform to continue to push, in my opinion, the Supreme Court to change their leaked decision to something other than what it was.
And so they would hope to have a vote tomorrow, but as she said, it doesn't look like they have the votes, and so we'll have to see where all this all goes. I asked Senator Peters about that, and he said, look, it's important to get everybody on the record to see where they stand on this. And the Right to Life people said, sure. Reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
We'll continue to follow it, Rod. We appreciate it. Meanwhile, the Michigan House and Senate votes to send a proposal to change the state's term limits to the November ballot. A constitutional provision approved in 1992 allows legislators to serve no more than 14 years. Well, the new proposal would let them serve up to 12 years entirely in one chamber. State elected officials would also be required to disclose their personal financial information starting in the year 2024.
No matter where you go or what you buy, inflation is pretty inescapable right now. You need to look no farther than the gas station to see that. Gas prices continue to tick up. We talked about it yesterday. Well, the average now went up another penny, $4.34 a gallon. a cent more than it was yesterday. As prices rise, the president is outlining steps to try to stem the tide. Bree Jackson in Washington with more tonight. Bree?
President Biden touted his administration's efforts to tackle inflation while drawing a sharp contrast between his plan and Republican proposals. Gas prices rising by the day.
Look what I just put, $95.
Insane. I'd never seen anything like this before.
The national average now at a record high $4.37, up 17 cents from just a week ago. President Biden says addressing inflation is his top domestic priority, laying out his plan to lower costs and reduce the federal deficit.
By asking large corporations and the wealthiest Americans to not engage in price gouging and to pay their fair share in taxes.
The president taking aim at his critics.
Republicans have offered plenty of blame, but not a single solution to actually bring down the energy prices.
Republicans firing back.
Joe Biden gave a talk this morning, blamed everybody else on inflation. He took no responsibility and has no plan.
Saying Democrats' policies are what's hurting Americans, pointing to a record high 8.5% inflation.
They took an economy that was ready to soar, turned it around, and drove it into the ground.
There's also a nationwide baby formula shortage, driven largely by supply chain disruptions, something President Biden also highlighted as current economic downfalls.
We're seeing it from your mom and pops all the way up to our large super centers, pharmacies.
Experts warn the war in Ukraine and rising COVID cases could further add to economic uncertainty. On Wednesday morning, the Labor Department releases its report on April consumer prices, and all eyes will be on those latest inflation numbers. In Washington, I'm Bree Jackson for Local 4.